just gotta tame this bitch.
Just dominate him to get the ring, and then you will have all of the set.
Okay.
And then you can work on upgrading it and have a really strong armor set.
Do we need to do something for your project? You gotta get all the shit out.
I don't know. I'm not going to class tomorrow.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
Right. I'm going to go on Monday if I go again.
Gotcha, buddy. Okay, so we got till Monday.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've killed many of your fellows.
I do want to
Now
eat
I will
well.
kill you in peace.
Definitely. Tell me you're still dealing with shit. Kill. I can't read it that fast. Okay. Throw him off ledges. I'm not idea.
You know what? Then don't even fucking do it.
Kill 3 Luga, 3. What the hell are those?
Just kill the Caragors, the ones that are white. Just kill the things that are marked.
Alright, get up here. Let's find out what the hell. Okay. In the mission. Oh. This motherfucker.
To draw him out, though, you're gonna need to kill the white dudes.
Alright.
However, you can still kill that orc and get
That was a while, right?
the captain. No, you gotta kill the dogs, the Caragors, for the mission objective at the top left of the screen.
More of that. Oh, God. That thing.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, shit. Dude, that guy.
We need reinforcements!
Just ran by that one.
Give us now!
Oh. Don't forget, if you stealth circle them, they start attacking for you.
If you what?
If you just, like, circle them instead, they'll join you.
Get on him!
Hey, gentlemen. Hey, bro. There you go. Start airing motherfucker for me. How's that? That'll work for me.
You're dead now!
Just get all these. Yeah, I was waiting for you to see me, bro. Oh, you're big.
I think you are tasty
gonna die.
morsel. Too small to be full meal bard. Interesting little tidbit. You are delicacy.
Really fast. ready? Guess what, my friend?
Find that box!
These R2 trying to go fast.
You're working for me now. See, my bodyguard's not here.
I think he is, he's just somewhere else.
So I guess I'll take a shower. And if you guys want to tractor the bitches, just move it somewhere where you can gather the most green.
I got distracted by orcs.
They'll do it.
Similar to birds.
Kind of. I think our coop runs on the same game system as the.
You've been to the bathroom and everything. So there's no reason.
Got my purse. I had to leave my water. I don't need my phone because.
Super dry and fresh. Want me to wait till this battle?
What?
Go take my shower.
No.
Alright, well he's out there. Where's the chickens? My baby has been to the bathroom. Tea went gross. Roll up our hard one. Time to go. If that nurse calls. You know? That nurse call. I don't know. No, there's no pickup today, right? Until 7. Are you sure? Oh, well then I shouldn't take a shower now. I should wait till you get back. Huh? Yeah, alright, I'll wait. Just because I don't trust, you know, with my low blood sugar and the way I go to Orange now and shit. I don't want to shower in the house alone. Yes, I know Aaron's here. That doesn't count. Right? Right. Okay. Poppy, stay right there. I'm going to be back in 30 seconds. I can't carry you and hot tea. So just chill, okay? I'll be back in 30 freaking seconds. 30 30 seconds. It's not worth getting over. It's not worth going to the roundabout. It's not worth getting to the meadow. Right back. Keep this up. 30 seconds.
Those were my categories! Whoever did this has to die!
Look at the top! Target on the wall! Press on the cloud! Help me find it!
Good girl. Good girl. Told you. 30 seconds. I'd be back. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I'm gonna come back for you. Come back for you.
Surprise! My dreams reveal secrets, futures. I see the living and the dead. I see my vat keeper, but he's naked. My dreams told me of this meeting, of your death, of my triumph.
Got no teeth. Honey.
What?
That's why she struggles with big pieces of food. She has no teeth right now. Like none. No teeth. Oop-a-dooba-dooba-doo. Where's the platypus? Platypus in the den. That's it. Platypus.
Michael Easton. Michael Easton.
That can't be nice.
Hello? Oh. Okay. Where are you? Okay. I'll be bye. Bye. I'm I was thinking you need to go to practice. Like, well, then just go down the street right there. You know what I mean?
Okay, what?
Go to get Rachel.
Okay.
I throw the dragon. You drove you the dragon.
Missed it.
What? We're flying around on a dragon,
Say
burning
something.
people with fire. Huh?
Say something. Ooh, I'm
I
on the
thought you.
dragon.
I couldn't really. I just got on its back, and next thing I know, I was flying. I didn't know how it happened at
Most
first.
people go, ooh, I'm on a dragon.
And then.
Not
on
you.
Vendetta. I took care of that person, so I get stuff for doing that. It's kind of cool.
You expected me to be a mind reader about that.
Alright, I have to do something with this damn ring. Anyway, I gotta go.
Guy looks like you. What a great Halloween costume that would be. What's the hammer for? Building on the fly.
What? You're some goddamn kid. How am I supposed to get the motherfucking ring in? Go back. Hang on. Go here. Oh, Jesus, not there. Here. Oh, Jesus. It's the face. Okay, there. Oh, God. Gain the rune, dominating an online vendetta target. That's how I'm supposed to do it. I'm supposed to dominate, not kill him. Whoops. That was done. Okay, I'll sleep there. Oh, baby, how you doing? Hey, you.
Mm-hmm.
You be okay for coming in?
Mm-hmm. Puppy. Hi. Don't get me started. But don't want to bring it back to me. We all know my stomach hurts. I will support everyone else in
Let me
their
explain
stomach.
kind of why here. The idea
Oh,
of what
no, you
each
don't.
side would get here, certainly both
That guy's
sides
beautiful.
want. The Democrats very supportive of the idea of considering
Sandblasted is what he
continuing
is.
subsidy payments for another 2 years, also getting a little bit north of $100 million in Obamacare outreach funds.
No, because he's a Democrat.
In the exchanges for Republicans, it's
Wrong
all about
side.
regulations. We heard this repeatedly during the repeal and replace process.
Doesn't matter, you're still on the wrong side.
Is significant state
That wouldn't override wrong side.
Obamacare regulations to make them more palatable for what the state wants to actually do. That's something that has been considered onerous by a lot of Republican governors, especially. It's something Republicans have really seized on. But behind the scenes right now, I'm told there's been extreme pushback to this deal from conservative outside groups, but also some conservative lawmakers, most notably, Wolf, in the House. And I think that's the key here. When you talk to Senator Lamar Alexander, I spoke to him just about an hour ago, and he said the key to this deal and the key to kind of making everything happen was his private conversations and the public comments of President Trump, saying that he was supportive of this deal. He was supportive of any effort to reach a bipartisan deal. But those same conservatives are now reaching out to the White House, I'm told, saying that they are not okay with this deal. They would rather the president not get behind this deal. And we're also hearing from individuals that the White House is not as supportive of this deal as the president has made it out to seem in his public comments over the course of the last couple days and even, frankly, the last couple of hours. So what does that mean going forward? Look, leadership has made very clear that they don't yet guarantee a pathway to the floor. In fact, just listen to what Senator Mitch McConnell, the majority leader, had to say right after this deal was announced.
Well, as you know, Senator Alexander and Senator Murray just announced they had an agreement, and we haven't had a chance to think about the way forward yet, and you'll have to address your questions to them. It's a hot news item just announced today, and I recommend you talk to both of them.
Not committing one way or the other. And again, the deal had just been reached, but it kind of underscores here a key point, Wolf. Leadership right now is waiting for signs from the White House, but also trying to get a sense of where their members are. And if the conservative pushback continues as it currently stands, that could mean problems for the bill, not just in the Senate, but almost certainly in the House. And a chamber, I would note, Wolf, that when these negotiations were ongoing before the third and final repeal and replace effort fell apart, House Republicans made clear this wasn't something they were willing to put on the House floor. It doesn't at least sound at this point like it's changed. The big question now is, where does the president come down, Wolf?
Well, you just tweeted this, Phil. Let me put it up on the screen just moments ago. Any increase in Obamacare premiums is the fault of the Democrats for giving us a product, in quotes, that never had a chance of working. People are going to be studying that tweet, wondering what his message is. Is he suggesting...
In a chilling Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I made breakfast. Where are my eggs?
In my belly.
Starts tonight at 8 on KTVU Fox 2.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Diddy put together a very successful conference down in Miami over the last weekend, the Revolt Music Conference. Big industry thing where, big names got together, did some schmoozing, talked about creating new content. Successful, right? Well, some people have different ways of schmoozing. Busta Rhymes was down there, he's tight with Diddy. And here we got some video of Busta Rhymes schmoozing with someone else there. It didn't seem like the conversation ended well. I don't know how it started, but this is how it ended. Yeah, I don't think they made a business deal here.
Let's do lunch.
So we're going to do lunch, and then what are we talking about, a 50-50 split? Or what kind of revenues?
I'm thinking more of a lip split.
Busta Rhymes clearly is in his mid-40s.
He's 45, yes.
Yeah, 45 years old. And he took anger management only 2 years ago. Clearly, it didn't work too good.
Well, you don't know. We don't know what this person said to him.
You don't do that. It doesn't matter. You don't do that.
Wait, well, I will say this though. Go back to the beginning of the video. Buster's just talking to him. This guy puts he put his hand on Buster.
No, did he?
Yeah, he did.
No,
He put
put
his
his
hand
hand
across the
up,
chest. He put his hand like
boom.
he touched him in the chest.
I didn't see that.
Watch it. Watch the guy's hand. See that? As soon as he touched him.
Wait. That
This
was
touch and Buster's touch is night and day.
and I don't think the guy that didn't feel like a hostile touch.
It was a back off for me.
I didn't even think it was that. It was almost like a brush.
It was more so a brush, but Buster was about to brush his behind because clearly
Buster
he
brush
wanted to, he wanted to really Buster one on him.
Boy, Diddy must be pissed off that this is going on at this conference.
Yeah, it's not what it's supposed to be about.
There actually as like a guest speaker, Buster Rhymes, on motivation and why he's
You're
like
for motivation.
What's your motivation?
By the way, Raquel, you mentioned that thing 2 years ago. It was at a gym in New York.
Oh, I remember that.
This?
I totally remember that.
Where Buster flipped out at the
front desk.
Yeah. This is why he had to go get anger management.
What do you mean no towels?
And probably pay for a new computer
That
also.
was over the milkshake, and he must have gave him the nasty kind.
It was the
milkshake.
protein shake. I know where that is. That's in New York City. That's on 54th Street. I know exactly where that is.
I'll give him any milkshake he wants to so I can get that type of action.
That is so funny. I mean, I feel bad for Diddy because he was putting on a good conference.
Well, it still was a good conference. This was a small little blip on the screen, but we got the video. Interesting.
Reginald Polk, Wool Run Airport. Higher Learning. The movie?
Mm-hmm.
What did Buster doing there?
He was in the movie. I don't remember. Wait, was he? Oh, that's right. He.
The camera when the
Yes.
girl got called B-word.
Yeah.
What did Buster do? What did Ice Cube do?
Well, Reginald, you tested me on my memory of a movie that's like, 20 years old.
They would have handled business. They would have handled their business.
I feel like we're playing Jeopardy.
I know. Well, that was a movie. I mean, you can't go around living like that. that was a movie role. We're gonna move on. Moving on to Black China and Tyga, who we told you they seem to be making peace. They went to Disneyland.
No, they didn't go to. Oh, they went to.
No, I'm sorry, Six Flags. Six Flags. Sorry, got my amusement park. More fun. Yeah, exactly. More flags, more fun. Over the weekend, but now we know who is responsible for brokering the peace. And it seems like it's, at this point, I was going to say it's a lasting peace, but it's really only a week or so.
3 days.
Hey, but that's a start. And you can thank the nanny. The nanny stepped in.
This is such an interesting Hollywood type story.
Yeah, so their son, King Cairo, is
he just turned 5, and he entered school this year.
Kindergarten,
so,
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 months before they went, you see him out in public for the big birthday bash, right?
Right.
He had to start school, of course. So the nanny said, hey, guess what? Let's get together, and you guys should pretty much talk, since, of course, there's a lot of school activities and different things happening. Y'all need to be cool for your son. So then Jenny was like, oh, well, I'm going to pretty much make it happen. Obviously it did.
So how do nannies wield that kind of power? I found that so interesting that the nanny's the one who said, look, you guys need to come together. She works for them. It's kind of audacious.
But she's really cool with both of them. First she was working for Tyga, and then she more so started working for Black China. She has a personal relationship with both of them.
No, I know. But, we were talking about that in the morning meeting, and it turns out that in Hollywood, especially where, movie stars and whatnot, they go off and do a movie for 2 months or whatever, these nannies become almost the surrogate parents, and they end up having a lot of power and influence.
Because they're with your kid, like, every single morning, night, you know what I'm saying? We're practically raising them for a lot of these people, so the nanny knows more what's happening at home as far as in school than the actual parents do.
I mean, I'm glad that they're doing it, but something tells me I just can't see Black China and Tyga walking in together for a parent-teacher conference.
Well, no, because now, you know why? Because now China has a bigger enemy, Rob Kardashian, so it makes Tyga more palatable.
Oh.
See? How about that theory?
Not very good, but whatever.
Oh, it's a good theory.
Well, no, it's a super good theory because Rob's currently suing her and Tyga has not. So that would also be...
I'm not suing her either.
No, so what? I mean, thank you, Raquel.
Hi, it's Ulysses from New York, and just to chime in on Black China and Tyga calling quits with the beef, I think it's a great thing, and it's something that could be modeled by other couples. couples, but at the end of the day, it's all about the kid. And, you know, and them being in a nurturing and caring environment is imperative at that age, especially when you're ready to start school. So, I don't see it being a surprise at all with the nanny being able to bring the two together, because the nanny's with the kid almost more than the parents. So.
True statement. Yeah, true statement. Okay, quickly. Yeah, want to show you something Steve Harvey's got going now. Not a new TV show, although he's got enough of those. There'll be another one coming soon, I'm sure. Right now, he's in the gym working on his fitness. Not something we normally see from Steve, but check this out.
12 reps. Good form, really engaged. So we work in the lower back.
Some heavy weight he's got going there, too.
No, I want to train.
Is that a personal gym?
Make sure you're in.
Yeah, it looks like it's at his house.
Hold your breath on that. Great job, Steve. Push, come on. Some great back exercise. Good stuff.
That's awesome. Wow. Maybe Steve can invite you over. He was not working on him. You know what? Oh, those are hard. By the way, he was in a lot of pain. I don't know if this is like the first day he's working out, but after every exercise. Do you remember the first day? After every exercise. The first day is the most painful thing. Yeah. Good for him. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I remember I couldn't move. Oh, he's doing everything in there. Good for Steve. Okay, we gotta move. We gotta break. It's gonna lead to another TV show, I guarantee. Okay, when we come back, the Brazilian star who is about to cross over, actually, she already has crossed over. She's got a song with DJ Alessa that is blowing up right now. But there's a whole story behind this music video. They went deep, deep into the rainforest where people don't normally go. Why did they do it? How did they survive? When we come back, Anita will be with us.
At IKEA, we believe that your dream bedroom, from a bed frame with storage, to the softest linens, to a cozy mattress, can be yours for less. And we believe that cozy should never be costly.
In celebration of her 45th birthday, get 45% off Maaco's most popular paint service and Miyake's oil change packages. That feels so good, you'll want to celebrate twice. Now is a great time to buy a Honda Civic. With power, a 40-mile-per-gallon highway rating, and incredible passenger volume. Discover all the reasons to buy the best-selling compact car in America. The Honda Civic. Test drive it at your local Honda dealer today. Visit your Northern California Honda dealer and test drive a Honda today.
Disney's Aladdin is coming to the Bay Area November 1st through January 7th, and KTVU Fox 2 is giving away a 4-pack of tickets for Freebie Friday. Watch Mornings on 2, the 9th, this Friday to learn more.
Watch Sports Wrap, Monday through Thursday on the 10 o'clock noon. Brought to you by Bank of the West. For the personal service of a neighborhood bank and the strength and reach of a global one. Come to Bank of the West. You'll see how good things happen when your local bank goes big.
If you've been injured in a car accident, don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you. The attorneys of 1-800-4-INJURY will fight for your rights and protect your case.
Call the Cavero Law Firm at 1-800-4-INJURY. Help is on the way.
I needed a good mechanic. So I did my research. I chose the Diamond Certified company because it's always the highest rated for quality. And I'm guaranteed.
You're all set.
For expert advice and high quality performance, I use Diamond Certified companies.
At IKEA, we believe that your dream bedroom, from a bed frame with storage, to the softest linens, to a cozy mattress, can be yours for less. And we believe that cozy should never be costly.
This year, DMC's got every freaking thing! Big celebs, big stories, big events!
Mario, we asked about the ludicrous slang app. This is where language goes to die.
Whoa.
What I speak is universal. It's the Queen's English.
It does.
How come when he starts speaking, I stop listening?
Welcome back to TMZ Live. I don't know if you've seen this video. I was watching this morning. I have not. Really? I have not. Really beautiful. It's going to be new to you and new to me. It's for the song Is That For Me? It's a big hit right now from
Brazilian pop star Anita and Swedish DJ Alesso.
Is that a rainforest?
Yeah, oh, and by the way, that is not green screen rainforest. That's the thing here. They went deep in like several a day's journey into the rainforest.
There are snakes there.
And literally had to set up a little village to generate power and everything.
How did that boat go? How are these boats going so fast?
Well, they have gasoline.
Oh, those don't look like power boats.
Well, yeah.
Ooh, that would scare. No. That shot was
I have so many questions.
If you're under the water,
I have questions about snakes, anacondas, piranha.
I want to know about snakes.
Yes. So we're going to find out what ended up making this video and why didn't they just use a green screen. Joining us right now is Anita. Anita, thank you so much for being with us. How you doing?
Hi. How are you?
Good.
It's better to be there. Not only the green things excited.
But why not a green screen? I mean, when you were standing in that water, I freaked out. I mean, there's snakes there, right?
Yeah, that was, but I didn't figure out. I didn't realize it before I start, and then
oh my God.
When I posted about it, everybody was, get out of this place. There's snakes there, and I was, oh my God, I didn't think about it, but that's good because now we.
What about piranha? Aren't there piranha down there?
Yeah, lots of crocodiles and.
Holy smokes!
But I love the idea to be there in the forest.
Wait, I know this is not something you worry about, but how do you get insurance on this?
Yeah,
I know other people worry about that stuff.
Somebody like protecting you or something.
No, actually, there were some native people that they are very used to the forest and they live there, so they were helping, but I'm not sure they could save me from some crocodiles or snakes, but I wasn't thinking about it.
But Anita, the point you're missing is you say there were some natives down there. It started as 200 and ended up as 47. I mean,
they kept the central crew. The people with the cameras were still there rolling.
It's like, this seems super dangerous to me.
Yeah, it's dangerous, but I love the forest and I love the energy. And we had some Indians there. They are very used to the animals and the place, so it was cool. It was kind of it was a different experience, and Alyssa was kind of afraid of everything. But when we were there, he said, "Oh, it's better than I thought." And we got some boats too and some things just to make it easier for us. That's why it was kind of expensive just for us to have a good stuff there. But my idea was to show the world the Amazon and how beautiful is this forest and how important it is. And Brazil now is going through so many things, and for me it's good to show how many beautiful things we have here.
So, congratulations. You definitely did that with this video. It is gorgeous.
Thank you.
And it is a great way to cross over, to break into the U.S. market. I'm just curious if this is, and I know that you have a connection with Justin Bieber. I'm just wondering if this is part of your whole plan to take over in the U.S. You know that Justin, I'm sure you guys have talked about this, had a huge hit this year with Despacito, and even Beyonce recently has had a crossover hit with J Balvin. With
Jennifer Lopez has done stuff that's crossover.
We're just wondering, maybe you and Justin team up and do like a dual language song. That's is that in the works?
I knew Justin when he was in Brazil, and I also have a song coming with J Balvin, which is a very good friend to a very good person. And in Brazil, it's difficult. It's very hard to break and to go to the other countries and do this work and this crossover. So it's a challenge. In the end of this game, or not in the end, but someday record with Justin. He's a very good person. We had a very long talk, and he's friendly and has a good heart.
He does. Well, listen, congratulations on the video, on the song. Is that for me? Congratulations.
No, it's not for you. The song is for everybody. It's for everybody.
God. We're in the charts now, globally viral in the charts, so I'm very, very happy. Thank you so much.
And we're happy that you survived the piranhas and the alligators and the snakes and whatnot.
Yeah, if I could survive with all these things, I can crossover, I think. The crossover gets easier.
Yeah, really, definitely. Okay, we're gonna take a break. All right, thanks so much, Anita. That is a beautiful video, but I wouldn't do it.
We are shifting gears radically here.
Big time. Well, we're going to Halloween, and when we come back, there's one Halloween costume that is, I think, you can't even.
It's awful.
It's not even debatable. It's awful. The worst. And now the company is having to backpedal big time, apologize, and shift gears.
We're all Bay Area people. The ones clocking in at all hours. Proud members of every community. Each of us with a unique perspective. Our stories are your stories. News for Bay Area people, from Bay Area people. KTVU, Fox 2 News.
If you've been injured in a car accident, you've probably got some questions. What about my lost wages? Will I receive compensation? Do I need a lawyer? Call the Barnes firm now for the answers.
Take Spur of the Moment Road. Make a right on Act on a Whim Avenue. Then continue on Get Out of Town Highway. With a new Toyota, spontaneity's back on the map. Escape in a new Corolla and get $2,500 cash back, or lease a Corolla for just $149 a month. Toyota Safety Sense and 2 years no-cost maintenance comes standard. Toyota, let's go places.
Finding the right sleep solution is not one size fits all. At Revived by Living Spaces, you'll find a revolutionary process that makes the shopping experience as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Pick your pillows for proper spine alignment. 2. Select a mattress that provides the perfect comfort and support. 3. Choose the right necessities to enhance the quality of your sleep so you can recharge, relax, renew. Only at Revive by Living Spaces.
Hi, Dad.
Warm up with the new Peking pork. Delicious crisp pork chop bites with hand-cut bell peppers and onions, wok tossed in a sweet and sour glaze. New at Panda Express, where good fortune smiles.
If you've been injured in a car accident, you've probably got some questions. Who will pay my medical bills? Will I receive compensation? Do I need a lawyer? Call the Barnes firm now for the answers.
More news, more ways to watch. That's the power of 2.
Welcome back to TMZ Live, and what is clearly, I think, the worst idea ever for Halloween.
This is really
every year.
This is really
every year there are companies that push the limits, and they usually try to do something that is like relevant to something that's going on in the news, and you'll see lots of those tasteless costumes. This one goes way back.
Get to it.
And it's Anne Frank.
It's terrible.
Anne Frank.
Anne Frank.
A company called HalloweenCostumes.com.
You all know, please tell me you all know the story of Anne Frank dying as a kid in the Holocaust.
Yeah, we're familiar with the story, Harvey.
I'm not sure everybody is actually.
Well, clearly, it seems like the people at this company were not.
Well, they obviously are. They did at first issue a statement saying that it isn't only Halloween costumes they sell. They also sell costumes that are for like plays or for school projects.
Oh, so was this
that
in the
makes
play?
a little bit more sense.
No, so this was in the play section or the theater section, and people decided, oh God, we're selling them as Halloween costumes. Seriously?
Well, I mean, it is HalloweenCostume.com. So that was a little bit weird. But they did eventually apologize, and they have pulled all the costumes.
They
and
apologized.
They had a lack of judgment.
Yes, they did. They apologized because as soon as they put it up on the website, the backlash was swift and rightfully so.
What are they thinking?
And they realized we made a huge mistake.
And the other thing is, if you think about it, you dress as Anne Frank. Nobody's going to know it's Anne Frank unless you say it. So there's some reason the company just thought it was dark humor.
So you knock on the door, and then you have to say...
They wear a sash that says Anne Frank or something. It's like, at a point,
I'm really serious. It's like they did this as dark humor. That is the only reason they would do this.
Which maybe adults could get away with, but that's not going to get away with a child.
The thing, though, that doesn't make sense, though, like, remember last year there was the Kim Kardashian Bound and Gagged, and that one had to be pulled? But at least, like, it happened right around the time of the robbery, so at least kind of made sense. This just kind of seems like it's out of nowhere.
And by the way, she lived. Yeah, I mean...
Fair point as well.
Kim lived. It just, I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, as bad as Kim's situation was, it's not comparable to...
Anne Frank.
Right. So, yes, it's been pulled.
Hello, this is Tasha from Houston, and you know, on one hand you have people dressing up as people for Halloween all the time, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, but for this was just so disgusting, and I think it's so culturally insensitive, and I don't understand what goes on in people's minds in these meetings or whatever they have to put stuff out like this. One part of me thinks maybe it was for publicity, because now they certainly have it. But I don't understand. It's something that should not have ever happened. And again, it's just culturally insensitive.
You know what? Well put. That's exactly what it is. That it is culturally insensitive. That's it. And I think you're right. That maybe they actually wanted this publicity. So people want to go to their website. Wow. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on to Kathy Griffin, who says, you know, she's been beating this drum since the blow-up after the Donald Trump photo shoot she did with the bloody head. But she said that she's felt like she's been blacklisted, and she's pointed out, look, I don't have any paid gigs in anywhere in the United States.
I don't understand that. How does she think that if 60% of the people don't like Donald Trump? How does she think?
But she said she doesn't have any. She doesn't have any paid gigs.
But like,
and now she actually has proof. She says in emails, a series of emails that shows that Hollywood thinks she's just too hot right now to have at any of their events. She posted these emails. It was an email exchange with the Hollywood Reporter, and the first one said that they were inviting her to be a speaker at the Women in Entertainment Power 100 event, an annual event that they do. And that was at the end of September. They sent her the email offering her the gig. She was into it. She wanted to do it, and then she didn't hear anything back for a while. And then last week, on Thursday, she got an email. She sent them an email that said, what's going on with this, guys? Are we confirmed?
He's like, look at you, I am on the kid.
Really sorry, you're actually not going to be speaking. Now, this came 3 days after she went to a fundraiser. Remember when she went to the fundraiser, we showed you this video, and she came out with the Donald Trump mask on, and then flipped everybody off? Yes. So 3 days after that is when suddenly she was told you are not going to be speaking.
If you
think that the connection is clear.
So I had a long phone conversation with Ava.
Ava.
And I said, hey, I need you to just run it by him. Find out how he really feels about this. Like, is this just another hoop we're jumping through? Hi. Will this lead to treatment?
I'm really glad.
Will this lead to either treatment or a solution or a change in medication or anything? Because otherwise, I just really can't take it anymore. I mean, you know, I said, listen, you know, if he thinks I need it, and it's him, I would jump, put my bells on, jump right up on that table, and do whatever it takes to make sure it's a good test, no matter how horrible it is. No matter what the aftermath is. If it's gonna lead to some type of a change in treatment or a new direction. Otherwise, I met with the ID guy. He told me that it's gas and it's trapped up so high it's inoperable, and that if the gas can get in, the bacteria can get in. So since it's inoperable, we have to constantly keep up the antibiotics, because without 3 days off, I'm sick as a dog. She goes, no one's saying you have to go off them. I go, I didn't say that. I'm never going off of them, ever. But I want to know what he's looking for. What does he think he can find? What did the gamma ray?
Why the fuck is my wife off antibiotics? Why is she suffering? I mean, that was one.
So I said, so find out what the gamma rays show. Can you come in and say hi to her soon? Okay.
No, she's petting the other one.
I know, but this one's like knows and would like some too.
The car that hit her, the passenger in that car eventually died.
Anyway, so
so her attorneys the attorneys for the family of the...
Hello, how was your day?
Hey Jay, you remember that appointment?
Her attorney since
Yeah, I have to get a rain check on that.
Whoops.
What appointment?
Got an eye appointment.
At 4 o'clock.
For me?
Rain check. I couldn't have made it down. I'm sorry. I was coming here today.
I totally forgot. I'm so
couldn't even
sorry.
make it.
Let me call them though and tell them. I'll tell you.
Mine's on a Monday, right? It's the other day.
And yours is a Wednesday.
Wednesday works too.
Venus has a lot of cards in the deck on her in her favor, so it's weird. It's not like
Not the language being what she said earlier this week, which is now she's saying, look at that unidentified card.
They're going to be blocked or illegally.
Slowed everything down, but for some reason she has not come forward yet to sit down for a deposition. You know what it is. They don't want her to sit for because they are afraid of what she's going to be, that what she says is going to get out.
Did you use a cell phone? Did you do this?
Right.
Did you do that? Okay, we're going to take a break.
All right, when we come back, believe it or not, there are some people who are speaking up now and seemingly supporting Harvey Weinstein, at least saying he should be fighting to get a second chance in Hollywood. And even though there were, say, 30 people who complained, there are other people who actually didn't mind what Harvey Weinstein did. Not my words.
I was wondering if you were his words. You're going to see whose words they are. Leader Charles thinking, oh my God.
Ow!
You have auto insurance. I have no insurance.
I got
Why don't
freaking
you have
attacked.
auto insurance? Because insurance is too expensive. Get freeway
Throw
insurance
yourself
as low
at
as
people,
$15
man.
a month.
That's
It
how
doesn't
much
matter
I
if you have
punch you in the
tickets,
face.
accidents, or
That's what you
DUIs.
get.
Get auto insurance as low as $15 a month.
Snap and chomp.
Call now. 800-810-1166.
But luckily he's not the blind. He's not one of the ones that you...
Hey, those are mine. I want that. It cools. Wow, that is so cool.
Even if you had credit problems, you could get approved for a great car or SUV with a low down payment.
Ow! Ouch! What's in my mouth?
Every Carhop vehicle is protected by a great warranty, vehicle history reports, and even a money-back guarantee.
You did not push me ever again. Thanks. Mom! She gets mad and then she goes under me. Pop. Yeah, I want that one. I want a different one. I want that one. I want a different one. I'm starving. Did you today? What's it called? Zorrito.
Over 4 years ago, Rush
I
Brown
don't want
set out
you
a mission
anymore.
to help
I
injured
want
riders.
basil.
We fight for the rights of riders. Because we are
Well, I got a basil.
we
Never
know what we're
mind.
going through. If you're injured
Hey.
in a motorcycle accident, don't fight the insurance companies with just any lawyer. Call 1-800.
Ow! Hey, that's my backbone.
Have your back. If you go down,
Hey, what?
call
She's a
Russ
nibbler.
Brown.
She has, look, she has some puckered lips. She's like a little old lady with a teeth now. Stop it! You're making my arm jiggle. When I feed her, hey! When I feed her, I have to make sure it's small or she'll choke to death because she knocks no teeth.
Don't miss our savings event going on now. Get 40%
Why?
Choose from over 800 styles of Italian tile.
I love that.
Luxurious granite starting at just
You're her bite buddy.
Granite Expo.
You're the only one she does all that with.
GraniteExpo.com for store hours and locations.
Oh, it's disgraceful. You're too tiny, like I can feel your bones when I do this. See? Like cracking. She's not fat. Girl's just right. She's just right.
Maybe he doesn't deserve a second chance.
She's still, I can still feel her ribs.
Alright, so Aaron's going with Rachel.
Where?
When you go there.
So, okay, so anyway, so, she feels like a morning appointment would definitely be a better solution. But she's going to have to run it by him on exactly, since my system's so small.
Listen,
How much do I really need? Hold on, let me tell you. She said that since my system's so small, she's going to have to maybe figure out how much do I really need.
And if it doesn't get it all in, the test isn't going to be good, we can't do it. We can't just keep putting you through shit where they say, oh, the liver thing went down. We didn't get any fluid out of it. Well, fuck you assholes, man. That's unacceptable. And they keep saying surgery to me. That's all I keep hearing.
Well, no. The ID guy said absolutely not.
No,
the ID guy
thing.
said for that too. He said no.
I don't know other people think
They come back. And it's not worth my body being exposed to more bacteria in a surgery. And I'm wondering that about the colonoscopy as well. So if he has a certain target that he's going for. So I told her, I go, if he's got a plan of action, a certain target, and he feels that it's worth his while, I trust him 100%, and I do not question his judgment at all. I'll be there. But he needs to understand how sick I am. I haven't this last time since I've been sick. It's never quite been the same. I rarely eat. I vomit a lot, and I have diarrhea every single day. So I can't imagine that he can find anything that he can help me with. When that guy showed us exactly where he thinks the issue is, and he told us it can't be fixed. And she goes, so then you don't want him. You want to know if he can find the source of the pain or find the source of the infection. Then, and I'm like, well, I didn't think he's looking for the source of the pain. They showed me where that was. So we need the source of infection. Serious.
Other than the air,
Since there are no eggs, Mom, I put them in the tractor.
Oh. Hey, listen, 3 o'clock. Draw the line at 3 o'clock. It's almost 4. My dog. Yes, please. I need you putting water in the fridge. I think you should sing a little song about it.
Oh, come here.
And I joined in.
What he says is he's doing this thing now where he makes observations that he feels that.
Yeah, she goes, well, he's in today.
Did she not get that?
She said, oh, totally. Totally.
So was her.
Huh?
So was her.
He feels like that's his whole thing. So does he still buy into the idea that it's like...
Alright, go back to
Ask her
Rachel.
that. She said, Wendy, you've been through so much. I totally hear you. I don't think he and I, no one wants to put you through anything you don't need to go through. I said, that's why if he says that since he's doing the procedure, he feels it's beneficial, I'm there. But he needs to understand. I don't know how I'm going to make it happen.
Wait, you're doing another surgery?
A colonoscopy.
It's not the one where you stick a finger in your booty hole?
Kinda, except it's a long tube. Go away, dog, I'm eating.
A big scope and a camera up here.
And they say what I record could not get me a job. Man, they could just leak everyone's buttholes.
Yeah, but once you're up there, it looks the same as everybody's.
Okay, I don't even know why you played that. That just pisses me off. I'm sorry.
Did they go in your foot?
No, but it almost hurt.
You couldn't do that. You shouldn't be laughing at that either, man. You should not be laughing at that. What's wrong with laughing at it? Because if the shoe were on the other foot, you would be out. The shoe has been on the other foot so many times. And you were appropriately out. And now I get a chance to be outraged. Jews have never been persecuted, man. Are you kidding me? Are you?
Oh.
Do you feel like you said anything that's anti-Semitic right there? Stein? What? No, he said the guys. You don't say. You don't do. Wait, you feel like he said something that was anti-Semitic? Is it as racist as maybe like a sorority singing the N-word or something like that? Man, they're both bad. Oh, well,
They're both bad.
Yeah, savage.
What's the difference in the sorority? They're singing a song that was recorded and
what an idiot.
Everybody, you just in that whole every time this comes up, you just overlook my feelings. So you know what I'm gonna do? Oh Lord, it's a funny joke. It's the same thing. Goose, gander, or vice versa, whatever it is. Pot, kettle. What do you mean?
He's like, it goes there and he didn't even mean it. I love Harvey. He stands on a box.
Damn.
I love it whenever they show him the box he stands on. Because he's really short and he doesn't like looking short.
Yeah.
And so every once in a while they'll, oh, stop it! And they'll pan over to his box. And they'll go, are you showing my box again? And then finally it was like, fine, show my box. Tell me what you're going to show my box so I at least have good shoes on. As only a gay man would care.
He's gay.
Oh, so. Ew. This is so funny. They think that people who want to educate their children are watching TMZ. This is the audience they're targeting, the TMZ audience. With this educational software, which is basically, please don't let my children grow up to be losers like me. No, it's California saying, please don't let your children grow up to be losers like you. Oh, that's bad.
That's funny. Good observation.
That's right. It's Chevy. They look amazing. Wow.
That's all I do, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't leave the house, so I observe what's in the house. When I start counting scraps of paper and sticks, we've got some problems. Hey, Ray.
Do I start worrying at the sticks or the counting?
So, dinner tonight? Chicken pizza. Say what? Yeah, I know. Surprise. Really, why? Because you bought it. I have chicken pizza. Because you bought it. And you gotta eat it. Oh. Well, I'm not making anything because as soon as basketball practice is over, 7 o'clock. Do you want to come home and eat and then go to Kohl's? Probably, huh?
But after I eat, there's no time because I'll go to sleep.
What is it, 10?
No, I mean after I eat, we gotta go like right back. I don't go to sleep.
Ooh, are you gonna need a shower?
Looking for that great job? Let the experience. Let CET help you get the training you need
in the shower and then dry off and then go to sleep.
Here. You can start almost anytime.
No.
Lots of programs to choose from. CET is approved to train veterans, offers financial aid and job placement assistance. Go from learning
it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Can you done it?
Enroll today. Start tomorrow. Call
I would hate for you to straighten it.
It's untracted, baby. Wait till it's untracted.
And have it rain.
5.
Call 1-800-4-INJURY. Help is on the way.
I told you. I told you. 2 bags.
I actually.
We're on the phone.
Okay, I don't want to go because it makes me really sore, but it's really fun. Because it's 2 hours and the first hour is like leg. It's a lot of leg exercises and like like the shoulder like blade. That too, and so like those always hurt so bad. And then after the mile for school tomorrow, so like yeah. And the next day it's just but it's fun. It's basketball.
10 years ago. It is since it's the coolest place right before you get back down to the ocean.
We usually just do an hour and then
but it is zen but cool and I don't know, I can't even explain it to you, but it feels very Buddhist inspired, but it is just an amazing place. So they had the service on Monday. It was closed off from the public and they gathered there for
I love ceramics because
ooh, I love his urn. See that?
So far
that was gorgeous. I wonder if he's Buddhist.
I've made a bowl and I just made a pumpkin. My bowl was dark blue and light blue. And it was I thought it turned out really good, but I made like trying
not the Tom Petty.
Liner.
And I did it too much.
Oh God, kill me.
Whatever, right?
I can hardly handle it when Tom Petty plays Tom Petty.
Or I just do them lighter because like
shit, you know?
You can't even use that stuff with it, you know?
Ugh. Right up there with Neil Young.
That's very cool.
Toodaloo, Tom.
Walking down
Sorry I died, bud, but not really.
What else you guys want to talk about?
Okay.
Got a scoop.
Not losing sleep, not losing sleep over it. Sorry, bud.
On the Harvey Weinstein situation, it's very sad and unfortunate. I think with the proper help and necessary steps to get in this situation help that he deserves, I feel like he could be able to get that second chance he do deserves. I do wish him all
You
the
do
best
deserve?
in the future and as well.
Well, that's not nice. He's black.
This is the first time we're hearing anything like that.
He has to talk like that. It's the television.
Okay, what else? What else?
Hi, I'm Stefan, and I'm from Chicago.
That's a weirdly shaped man.
I know, a lot.
What these people go through in Hollywood to be successful. Now, since the Harvey Weinstein incident, maybe people can start speaking up and speaking out so some things can change.
Still talking about this?
Yeah, well, they're starting to speak out for sure. I mean, we're seeing it every single day. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Malibu's most expensive home. You've got to see this place. I was going for 85.
They're selling it because they're worried about a forest fire.
Oh, what's gonna happen? It's like,
I think it's overpriced.
yeah.
Oh, hey.
That's awesome.
It's got to have some killer acreage to be 85 mil.
I love you.
Probably all protected state park. Look at Santa Cruz.
Oh, Tyler, I have no idea. But practice.
That's terrifying. That's where Larry and Colleen, Larry and honey, Larry and Kenny and Bev all live in Santa Cruz.
That just happened.
Oh
Mom's
my God.
in Livermore, where she's at.
Mom,
So Livermore.
it's alright.
An hour close.
You know the day of homecoming? It's this Saturday, right?
It's kind of like this hanging
The band people,
sunflower thing.
the band people have to go somewhere for homecoming, whatever that stuff is, right? Turns out they're going to Santa Cruz. They aren't canceling it or anything.
Yeah.
Because, no, they won't because it's an indoor thing. And they're like, oh, that's fine.
Get there. You can't get there.
Some people call it a dead end job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you deserve
We'll see what happens with that. Anyways, what are they saying though?
Nothing else. I was like, why did they cancel it?
Hopefully they will, baby. Trust me, if enough parents complain, they will.
Okay. I haven't been thinking about it. I haven't been thinking about it yet.
Tell her about the eggs.
IBT now or visit ibtforme.com. Can you afford to wait?
Yeah.
So Dad,
Yeah.
if I make it into the team, that means I have basketball every day. But I'm so happy.
Alright, well, yes, of course, definitely. I would
It starts, like, this starts at 5, so it sucks because I have to come home. And, like, when it's practice, I think it's at 3:30.
No, right now I'm kind of stuck. I'm deciding between whether to
And I have to come home, get ready. I'd rather just go straight and
yeah.
but,
Well,
I need to go.
anyways, I'm in the middle of eating, so I'm getting back to Dad.
I do it every day. Every 2 minutes.
Alright, bye-bye. I love you.
8 million. If you've been
Hello?
injured, call the Barnes firm now.
The other one's not here.
I just know that Dad never really talks about them. That's always a good fallback. The chicken and the eggs, because he doesn't talk about them much. He forgets to tell her every time I'm like, you tell her about the eggs? Like, ah! So I was just giving you something in case you were grilled.
At Western Dental, you're going to love your smile.
The old fallback in case you get grilled by the grandparent.
From the #1 orthodontics provider in California. We proudly accept Medi-Cal.
That's why you're the #1 provider of orthodontics in California. You accept Medi-Cal.
They say good things come in pairs. A&W agrees. That's why every Tuesday when you buy one Papa Burger combo, you get a second one absolutely free. That's 2 Papa Burgers, 2 orders of fries, and 2 frosty A&W root beers. All for the price of one. Tuesdays only at A&W.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. How'd you like your own castle in Malibu with a view? You can have one. Not a direct ocean on the sand view, but a little back. Yeah, you're going to be up on a hill. You want to be up on a hill, especially for $85 million, I think. $85 million.
Get that infinity pool.
Jesus. Else other than this crazy
It's all white, hideous.
$85 million, folks. Now, it's
Inside, I think it's nice. It's very nice. It's very nice. $85 million.
It kind of comes with two houses. So the main house has 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths. Then there's a house basically to the side, which is a guest house, 2 bed, 2.5 baths. You can put the in-laws over there, people you don't want to deal with. There's a 75-foot infinity pool, 2-story waterfall. I was reading there's a butterfly sanctuary inside the house somewhere. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Oh
no, the butterfly.
You see the whole thing. It's lacked. For me, it feels like an apartment building. For me, it lacks a bit of some design.
You guys sound like a bunch of rich snobs.
No, we're not rich. Yeah, it's bourgeois.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it looks like an apartment building. It doesn't look up to the standard. Oh, come on.
Square. Reagan, can you please show that building? Show me that building, Reagan. There it is.
Ew.
Okay. See what I mean?
Apartments.
Anyways, I got some change laying around.
No wonder that's
There is nothing aesthetically beautiful about that at all.
It's awful.
It's the land. It's worth the money. Malibu land. They didn't say the acreage, did they? And it looks like mountaintop. Pristine, 360-degree views.
It is mountaintop.
Oh, Jesus.
And forces evacuations.
Very steep, very inaccessible.
And the terrain makes for treacherous firefighting with 5 firefighters hurt.
Jesus, 5?
And just getting equipment in. There's either one way in, one way out.
Stretched thin, this latest fire comes as crews continue to make progress on several large fires that ravaged Napa and Sonoma counties.
Overall, the situation is improving. Our containment lines are being reinforced. The weather conditions have been favorable, and our fires here in the North Bay are looking good.
And roadside flames.
Oh, Jesus. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
To stop 2 small fires
That's
from
cool.
exploding.
I don't know. Yeah, where's this one? This is
Marin
local
County.
fire. My mom said Livermore.
That's Marin County.
Which is right down the street, dude. That's not good. We can't have Livermore on fire. That's way too close. Really? Okay, but mom said Livermore, like what area? Like Pasture, right? You're Pleasanton, then Livermore? So like towards Tracy?
Livermore's on the other side of Brentwood.
Okay, so we're going to see one about Livermore, my mom's saying.
It's on the other side of Brentwood.
So we got Santa Cruz and Livermore. Now this whole state is on fire. There
Yeah.
it is, right there. Yeah, here we go.
And it's not a drought year.
Vegetation fire. So what? They started a fire and it got out of hand? Oh my. Moderate rate. They can put that out. That's small.
Yeah, there's no trees to jump.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just a pain in the ass.
Has issued a shelter in place.
Moderate.
Officials are telling people in the Dublin area to stay indoors because of all of this smoke.
Look at that, though. Those homes are close.
Oh, fuck.
Because of all the smoke, because the air is filled with that smoke. We got Henry Lee down there now. Let's join Henry.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd feel so safe in those homes, would you?
So, Frank, we are near the corner of Casa Harai and Fallon in the Dublin Hills. That's north of 580. We see multiple fire agencies from different agencies.
What?
Fire unit. We saw an open.
It's marching right behind him.
Coming eastbound on 580 as we came here. Right now, you can take a look behind me. Active flames on this ridgeline. There is one bulldozer trying to cut a swath to stop the path of
Oh,
this fire.
Jesus Christ, dude. Seriously?
What a job that is.
Making some drops. We did see several Cal Fire planes that are spotters. So right now the winds are again moderate. So far this fire has burned about 40 acres. And as you said, right now there's a shelter in place, although we do have Alameda County Sheriff's deputies on motorcycles, as well as Dublin police telling people to stay away from this area.
The game trail.
Again, about 40 acres burned right now, moderate wind. So far, no reports of any injuries, but again, the air in Dublin and most of the Bay Area already bad to begin with. This fire certainly will not help matters. That's the latest from Dublin. Back to you guys.
Idea. How far away is it from any kind of structures or the highway?
Or that bulldozer?
Well, we're about several miles north of 580. Mark, if you want to pan from this fire here to our left, you'll see some houses on the ridge to our left. That's probably about a good, less than half a mile from the homes. We do see these homes here on the ridge. No
half a mile, those are going up.
Evacuations, but again, shelter in place is in effect at this point.
No evacuation for that?
A lot of residents here are certainly very nervous because of all the fires we've had recently, but again, winds can be fickle. They can move quite fast. At this point, I do feel a wind that's moderate. It looks like it's blowing slightly southeast, but we do have active flames still at this point. So far, 40 acres have burned.
All right, Henry Lee, live for us there in Dublin.
Aaron, you dropped a Kleenex or something.
Fire is burning right now. Henry, thank you for that. Back to our coverage now. The fire in the Santa Cruz Mountains, dozens of Cal Fire crews are hard at work attacking what they call the bear fire. They say this fire started about 10:30 last night as a house fire at Bear Canyon Road and Deer Creek Road in Boulder Creek.
It escaped, though, the containment and quickly spread to brush and trees. CAL FIRE says the fire has burned about 200 acres in very steep, inaccessible terrain. 250 firefighters right there battling this fire on the ground, along with air tankers and helicopters in the air.
And we've got team coverage of the developing situation there. KTV's Jesse.
Again, I don't know why you don't want to be a firefighter.
But we begin with KTV's Maureen Naylor, who's been monitoring the firefight. Maureen?
Heather, we've been watching the firefight all day. Basically, helicopters, 9 of them, going back and forth, trying to hit this fire hard. Take a look. I'm standing, a lot of people in the valley may know, off this area, off the skyline. It's where a lot of people come to get their Christmas trees. And this is Four Winds Tree Farm. And I can hear one of the choppers is about to come over. This is what we've been seeing all day. If you just hang out for a little bit, you might be able to see it come over here. There it is. There's one of the CAL FIRE helicopters that is hitting this hard, as I mentioned, with its water bucket. We're not far from Lexington Reservoir and Howell Reservoir. And basically all day...
Howell Reservoir?
Howell.
Huh?
How? What it looked like overnight. Basically an orange glowing inferno. As you mentioned, started around 10:30 last night off Bear Creek Canyon Road near Deer Creek. And as you mentioned, it is at this point, CAL FIRE, the latest numbers say 200 acres, 4 structures burned, and 5% contained. A short time ago, we spoke with one resident about when he found out the fire was burning and told to evacuate.
11:30 last night, we got a reverse 911 call. Just Santa Cruz County Sheriff's, we needed to evacuate. So we got our kids out, grandkids out, cats out, and then my son, my daughter's boyfriend and I stayed till 4, and then the ash started falling and we left.
And as I mentioned, helicopter support has been key. In addition to those 9 helicopters, there are, you mentioned, about 250 firefighters. There were 5 injuries. One firefighter fell 50 feet down a ravine and broke his wrist. The 4 others suffered some smoke inhalation. But CAL FIRE tells us they are considered to be minor injuries at this point. The evacuations are still in place for this area. The fight is not over yet. If there is some good news, it's that the weather has been cooperating. We have seen very minimal winds, less than 10 miles an hour, which has been helpful. However, it is very smoky up here. As these fire crews are coming up, the good news is they've been able to keep in the air despite the smoke. We are expecting an update from CAL FIRE within the hour. We will bring that to you. And one last thing to mention is we had one neighbor that neighbor we spoke with, he's planning to stay here overnight by himself. He doesn't want to leave his home. And again, he's hoping for the best. Reporting live in the Santa Cruz Mountains, Maureen Naylor. I'll toss it back to you.
All right, Maureen, thank you for that.
Yeah, everyone hoping for the best as crews continue to battle so many fires. Several evacuation centers, meantime, are available for those fire evacuees forced out by the flames there in the Santa Cruz Mountains, including one at Lakeside Elementary. It is on Black Road in Los Gatos. Boulder Creek Elementary School is on West Loman Street, but because of poor cell phone reception there, officials have decided to open a 3rd location. It's actually at a firehouse in Felton. Our South Bay reporter Jesse Gary is there live with just how those evacuees are doing. Jesse?
Heather, about an hour ago, a handful of evacuees came here. They are all from Spain, here in the area on vacation when the bear fire chased them from their friend's home. Now, here's the trick in this. They say they have some medication that apparently was left behind when they were forced to evacuate. Now they're trying to find a way to replace that medication. They tell me it depends on what the fire does and what the weather conditions are, whether or not they will stay here at the firehouse, which is behind me just on the other side of that SUV, or whether they will return to their friend's home. Let's go ahead and take a look at our video. One of the other evacuation sites is the Lakeside Elementary School. That's over in Los Gatos. We found an elderly couple who has lived in the mountains for about 40 years, watching KTVU coverage of updates on the fire. The other 40 to 50 residents who had been staying at the school since the wee hours of the morning had left to check on their homes and properties and other business affairs. Northern California Red Cross officials say the school's gym will be converted for overnight sleeping as needed. The superintendent says she and staff juggled a regular day of classes for the students with people from the community who were chased from their homes in the middle of the night.
This is a wonderful community to be in. They're very close-knit, and they work very hard to support each other. So I think overall they're disheartened that this is happening, but we've had families take in other families and help them, provide food and lunches for the kids. So overall, everyone's here to support each other.
The firefighting effort is also getting help from Howell Reservoir, which is right next to Lakeside Elementary School. We saw helicopters hover and load up with water for constant aerial assaults on the flames. Coming up in the next hour, we will talk to the Red Cross about how trying to staff these multiple events, not just here in the South Bay or in the North Bay, but all across California, how that is straining, if at all, their resources. We'll talk about that coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Now live up in the mountains, Jesse Gary, KTVU Fox 2 News.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jesse. There were also some very tense moments today in Marin County when 2 separate vegetation fires broke out near Highway 101 in Mill Valley. The fires were north of Rodeo Avenue, and people were evacuated in that area of Cloudview Road and Wolfback Bridge, but residents were allowed to return a short time later. The fire also prompted the closure of southbound lanes of 101 when crews worked to put them out.
Now, the Bay Area Air Quality Management District has issued another health advisory and a spare the air alert for tomorrow. Unhealthy, smoky air caused by all of the fires is still sitting over much of the Bay Area. In fact, if you look at this map, it'll show you what it will be like for the rest of today and then into tomorrow. Let's bring in our Chief Meteorologist, Bill Martin, and that is not a very fun map to look at right now.
No, and I was looking at some of the hospital reports the last week or so. There have been a ton of admittances to the local hospitals for folks with respiratory issues, older people, just because the particulate that's coming out of these fires gets in your lungs, and it bypasses a lot of your system and can go right into the lungs. So it's definitely a hardship for many. We want to go live to Skyfox 2 right now and just show you the fire that's burning out, just sort of out between Diablo and Mount Diablo in the Livermore area up by Danville. And you can see some of the fire. Dublin, Dublin. And you can see the fire just kind of working its way up towards the road here. What I wanted to point out was, first of all, there's not a lot of wind there. We're talking about temperatures that are in the 70s right now, 78 degrees. Wind is about 5-6 miles an hour out of the northwest, which is good. Air quality is bad, and the firefighters, as you see them working on this, it's a whole different kind of fire, isn't it? Because they're not in houses, you're not in trees, so there's a brush fire, and they're going to let it burn up to the ridgeline. So we've had a lot of kind of spot fires today, and that's because it hasn't rained in over 5 months in the Bay Area. And so one of the things I'm going to talk about next time we get together is we're going to talk about the rain that's in the forecast that really could put an early end to this fire season, especially in the North Bay, which is much, much needed. Again, we're looking live at Skybox, and you can see the fire burning out in the East Bay Hills between Livermore out by the Dublin area. And you can see that the smoke is blowing a bit. Those are localized winds, but it burns fast, but firefighters have a very good handle on this. You can see if you pulled out, you'd see what I'm talking about. You can see some of the roads. Yeah, we're going to pull out a little bit. And there's the smoke coming out. The way it's blowing right there, that's a northwest wind, which is very, very good for firefighters. And look how it's burning. See how it's burning uphill? Firefighters know that, so they sit on the ridge lines and they work their way. They're probably going to stop it at the very top of this next hill. You can see it right on that ridge line. And they'll just let it burn since there are no houses in the way. Again, this is just south of the Mount Diablo area. If you're on top of Mount Diablo, you would actually see this fire. The plume of smoke was much greater, about an hour ago or a half hour ago. You see some homes there on the right, but again, notice the topography. See the ridge line?
However, today I was able to eat a bagel.
So, good news, not well. It's always,
And a protein bar. A bagel and a protein bar. So, we'll see what happens. I'm going to get my dog. I don't like to carry my dog in hot tea. I'm afraid I'll put her.
That makes sense.
For those in the area that are familiar with it,
yeah.
Park Reserve Forces Training Area, which we all commonly refer to as Camp Park. parks there in Dublin. That's the area that we're seeing, and that we are going to continue to keep a very close eye on, again, as crews work to get control of this fire. Right now, though, not threatening any of the structures, but getting rather close.
You see how that road up to the top there? They're using that as their fire break. Yeah. You see, that's where they're going to let it burn to there, and they're going to put it out.
Yeah. We're going to keep an eye on this. Thank you so much. Meantime, containment numbers are growing in the North Bay for those monster fires that have consumed thousands.
That slightly moved it, yeah.
To encapsulate some greenage.
Is now 82% contained.
And the Nuns fire in Sonoma and Napa is 68% contained.
Yep.
And the
Boink.
fire in Napa County, 70%.
She's like, no, going straight for the pizza. That pizza right there, daughter girl, will kill ya.
Yes, I am. Good afternoon. Well, I know you guys have been busy both in the South Bay and up there now. Tell us what the latest in Lancaster Zone. You guys have some pretty good containment numbers now.
How dare he?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said,
little tiny bucket.
Little
bucket, here comes the bucket. Drop, bro, drop now.
The big buckets are in Santa Rosa.
Oh.
I gotta put my burritos in a bowl. Because nobody emptied the dishwasher. So that my dishes that were all in the sink ready to go in the very, very next empty load ended up being buried in all the dirty dishes, and now all the dishes are dirty.
Huh? What, baby?
I know. Nobody unloaded the dishwasher, so all those clean dishes I had in the sink that were ready to get loaded right into the next load got buried in dirty dishes. So that I have to start fresh.
I'll do it.
Another load and a half because I'm never on top of it. But then Aaron leans over and says, "Good job, Rachel," because both of his arms have been decapitated in a terrible World War II.
And she says, "I know." That's the part that got me. That she knows it's her fault.
No, it isn't. I think it should be just as much Zoe's fault.
What are we talking about?
You know what I realized?
That my dishwasher did not get unloaded.
You know what I realized though? You realized that. I didn't realize that. You know what I realized? I do the dishwasher still, all the time. Zoe doesn't wash the dishes anymore.
Right.
Fingers broken.
Right, yeah, I cleared into, but like my whole body's broken and I do everything. But that's okay.
She's not.
Whatever. What I love the way finger broken only stops her from doing dishes, yet every single other activity possible to known to mankind.
It's fine.
She can do those.
Monopoly, shake dice.
Oh my gosh, anything at all. Anything at all. It could be. Let me just say, I hope to God she doesn't get to work on those fucking crochet vests everybody already paid her for.
So this is the homecoming game?
They didn't pay her for it though. You know what happened? I bought the yarn for all of those, and then she never made them. And now I have all that yarn just sitting there.
How did you not know that was going to happen?
Because usually she makes them for the money, and then I don't get paid the money, but at least she does.
You're gone.
Why are you at school?
Because we're waiting to go to basketball.
Oh, you're.
So she told me that
You don't go home after?
her thing is over at 6:15, and Rachel's is over at 7. I go, oh, well, what are you going to do until that's over? And she goes, you know. I go, no, what? And she goes, and she's laying in her bed and she just points to
I
her.
wanted to see if you were going to go last time you didn't.
Oh, hang out with that girl, and she goes,
Destiny's all going to
no, I'm going to hang out with him.
It just, but nothing's happening.
I just love the way I nailed
But nothing happened.
nailed the Hispanic family like to the T, and she had to come to me and say, you were right. Of course I was right. They are not going to let their citizens dressed up. And by the way, she may think they're not an item, but that boy, he's pulling a dad. He's waiting in the wings.
Zoe doesn't think they're not a thing, they're just not dating.
Listen, that boy is just waiting in the wings. Until
They're just playing Monopoly?
He's not stupid.
I can't say no more.
They're just playing Monopoly.
I can't say no more.
So I heard.
I can't say no more.
She just goes to beat him at Monopoly. She tells me. I just go there because I like to play Monopoly.
Well, I do know his parents, and they're probably 10 times more strict than we are. So I am not concerned about it in the slightest. I like them. I don't want to make a big deal, Rach, because I've heard from every single person this is a really nice kid. and I like his parents, which is like super cool because let's just say for some reason they did date. The odds of me liking the parents are pretty slim, right? Yeah, so that's good.
I already like the parents.
I already like the parents. Anyways, and so I don't want to tell her any of that because then she'll go, ew, and she won't want to do with him, and she'll go on to bad boys. No, we don't want bad boys. Bad boys are cool. No, they're not. They're great. Okay, all right. Bad boys are fine.
They're fine, all right.
They're fine, but just listen, they're fine until you want to settle down.
I was making a joke too.
When we want to settle down.
No, if they change for you,
you don't even know Herbert's name.
Got your man.
Remember,
you don't even know Herbert's name.
People don't change. That's actually a myth.
That's not a myth. People change up on me all the time.
Nope. When you want to settle down, find a reformed bad guy.
People don't change.
People do not change.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
they change all the time.
I turn into a snowflake.
But they change because they want to.
Yeah, you can't change them.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the biggest mistake women make.
They want to walk your dog.
In the rough.
I said if he changes for me, that's him.
Oh, sure. Him changing for you, sure.
That's sweet.
Yes, that's the
So if he changes for me, I got my man.
That's a compromise. Dad and I made many changes.
Yeah. Can't wait to see the
It's called growing up.
Can't wait to see who you pick. Oh, God. Can't wait.
Adrian.
No fucking name.
Well, that's what I'm calling him. I've said it so many times. It's like when I called Sam Bernard. Okay?
Walk up and say, yo, bro, what's your name?
Okay, I remember.
Because Alexa likes you. You need to say, bro, what's your name? My friend likes you.
Do you remember Bernard?
That's all you gotta do. My friend likes you.
Remember Bernard?
What's my dog eating? How big is that? I don't even know what it is.
Their Medicare health plan members. Discover all that
Something rolled off. The only thing that can roll off is sausage.
Bernard was a white dude.
Yeah, right.
My 7th grade love of my life.
Okay, do you remember at the beginning of the year how we were in love with somebody, or
I didn't know
last year?
No, I was
we were in love with the new cute boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then he opened his mouth.
No, that's Jaden.
Yeah.
The preacher kid.
My point.
No, stop. So that's
My
exactly
point.
what I
Don't ever
listen.
talk to Adrian, and then he'll be cute forever.
That's what I. No,
You're
that's
gonna ruin it the minute you talk to
I
him.
tell Alexa
Look at Oscar.
that all the time. I tell Alexa that all the time, right? And she goes.
They're all religious. They're Mexican.
Yeah, you're dating religious.
Jaden is
Sorry.
black.
Just saying.
You're dating the most religious group.
I don't care.
They have
Why?
candles.
They don't make her
They have
religious.
candles they light all over the place.
I could care less if you're religious.
It just makes it
Ruin
difficult to get along.
Yeah, I went out with you even though you were Catholic.
As long as they don't try to change me into it.
Usually.
Like Jaden did.
I am.
Hell's mom gave up.
So keep your eyes open for it.
Look, Trinity girl. Look, very.
That was so funny though. With Jaden, when that happened. And when he went all God on you.
You know what he does sometimes because he knows that I liked him, right? He liked me too, but he just didn't know that I liked him at the time, right? Now he knows. Like, we both told each other at one point, we were like, oh yeah, remember when, like, in 8th grade? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, I used to like you. And he's like, me too. And I was like,
I used to like me too.
No, and then it was funny because I always told...
Anybody want my burrito?
The funny part is I always told... I can't eat it right now. I always told Faith to go ask Jaden, like, if he liked me, right? And he'd be like, he'd always come to me and be like, Faith's asking me these weird questions. And I was like, wonder what they are, right? Because I totally knew what they were. And he's like, I mean... And he was like, give it away. And I just didn't want to say anything.
Let me just say, Jaden still likes you, and I have pictures to prove it.
You're stalking him?
Oh, but it's
At
pretty
your
obvious.
party, yes, I was. But I was really high on sepsis.
That was when he still liked me at the party.
I'm telling you.
Well,
still
now...
liked
Yeah, well now we're just friends. We barely talk anymore. Which is sad.
That's usually what
No, that's
happens
okay.
when you don't get with someone who likes you. Right?
He's a dope.
Yeah, he's kind of a dope, yeah. He was a
Drop,
top black guy,
he's a
right?
dope.
He's a top black guy, right?
Yeah. Well, he was actually, you know what? He was a nice boy.
Told you I have no type.
He was a polite boy.
He's nice.
And at least he took all his shit home. Because I gotta say, I got some other boys flip-flops. I've got, like, some other... it It was so weird. I gained so many different kinds of clothing for like all different sizes, different genders. I got some new towels. It was cool. I'm just wondering though if anything of ours wandered out.
My shorts, all of them.
All of your PE shorts.
All of them. All of them.
Yeah, everybody got.
Oh, where are my new basketball shoes? I want to bring them in now.
Everybody for the birthday party. The birthday party giveaway. I thought it was my goodie bags. It wasn't. It was free El Dorado shorts that said Sanders. Some said A. Some said Z.
What is that?
Some said R.
SARS. Sanders.
And the people who got the maroon ones, they were really cool.
Ancient.
I wonder if they were ever pea yellow.
I wonder what they probably still have black, yellow ones. Gray, probably. You don't find gray shorts anymore.
Was for the Western Conference Championship. So a little bit of history.
I could see the pea yellow ones.
You know, the Warriors always
because I see those shorts all the time.
To kind of promote the night of.
But I don't see the gray ones. Gray are probably
black.
Because the colors are maroon and gold, right?
Because the players are going to get their rings tonight. So that's always an interesting time when that happens.
God, they went black.
They get the
They go with dark colors for a reason. Do you know what the reason is?
So you don't see your sweat.
Poop yourself, you won't tell. Probably more for a female reason.
Yeah, more for the pooping.
Because when you have one of those bleed-throughs at school, what's the first thing you do? Get your PE shorts.
Yeah.
You got
On that note.
That's what we all did at school.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
You'll get married one day and have to deal with it all with your little freaking sibling child. Sibling child? Baby child.
I say to him now these kinds of things. If by chance you're ever exposed to children, say perhaps you date a woman who already has children with another man, or perhaps you're stuck babysitting one time, I don't know, but, because I got to preface it all with the no pressure to have babies.
Alright, kind of funny. I need to put my socks on and I need to put my hair up and we're going to go.
They'll definitely do. You've been to the Boston Garden?
What time is what? I don't know. What are you looking at, doggo? These are my socks. You cannot have them because they're expensive. $15 a pop!
Oh, I'm full.
Wow, 8 pounds of it.
All 8 pounds.
Let's see how quickly you can read through all their awards.
You make me a believer. Believer. At Jaden. Get it? I love these socks so much. Best things in the world. Sorry. I was singing a song.
Not that. She just don't get it. Crap, Poppy.
She thinks that she can have my socks.
Don't drive your car. The pay will just save you $500. Stop buying cars you don't drive and get full coverage for less.
These are mine, and they're very expensive, so you can leave.
That was great. Bite your foot off.
How easy is it to save money with Solar for America?
Here, Poppy.
It likes socks.
Take that little olive.
So basically, you'll see this ad.
Don't like it. Watch it.
It doesn't like all of it.
No, that one's burnt just enough.
No, she's still spitting it.
She kept fitting it out.
Kind of
I thought the other day
nondescript.
she had like a fly. There it is, right there by the shoe.
Poppy, come on. Come here.
Yes or a no, the savings are all there, and no time at all.
It's like, what'd I do?
7 minutes to say,
You ate?
You probably like, God damn it, I always get this.
I ate my
I always get
olive.
captured up. I can't get away from these people. They just scoop me up, man. Like, they don't scoop up the other dogs like that. They don't just pick up the big dog and put him in their lap. Scoop. love them up and shit. No, they just grab me up. I'm trying to do some shit. And they just go, nope, you're coming over here. I'm out.
And then I get away.
Hey! Fucking son. Yeah.
I love it.
Is that right?
She steals shit on the
fucking
run.
taking it run. Go, man. So come back, freak it out. Alright.
We may have found Terrence's sock, but we're not sure.
Where'd you put it?
Need to wash it.
Gross.
Why
Why are we keeping her sock?
We're trying to get her thing.
Her sock
Ah, no,
out.
rippy paper,
She
girl.
would like it back. She has
What is
3
that? Hey!
socks now.
She only owns 3 socks.
She went home with 3 black socks. She came
What?
with
Just
4.
get rid of the other sock then.
No, I said I'll mail her a sock when it shows up.
Senators, Democrat and Republican, have come up with a deal to fund the healthcare subsidies that President Trump stopped last week.
Oh my God, he's
Senator
such a
Patty
concept.
Murray and Lamar Alexander introduced the bill
Poor people
today,
going down
which
quick.
provide states with greater flexibility
Oh
under
yeah.
the Affordable
Do make the
Care
states do
Act.
it.
In exchange for
Flexibility.
Yeah, it was one.
That means nothing.
Frank lost
That means nothing.
What?
Flexibility of nothing.
He said
I
flexibility.
hope he's not having a stroke or stuttering or anything.
If he ever gets fucking sick, he's screwed.
A key deadline is looming for Republican senators.
But he's been the fucking news
How
guy
come he's
since
with the babe?
he's been the news guy since I was like fucking 2. He's always had the
Oh
same.
no, there was a guy that was before him that
No,
was
I know, but
so
this guy I've
awesome.
known
John
forever.
Kessler.
Yeah, but he's
So
on five.
funny. He did
was on
funny
5.
music.
But he was on
Funny
5.
music. He did funny news. He took like the most, not the most serious, but the stuff that could be made funny, he did.
Given an improved budget, paves the way to get
Then they decided that the news was, nobody could have fun.
On Fox and Friends this morning, Office of Management and Budget Director Mick Mulvaney.
If you pass a budget, you only need 50 votes in the Senate to pass tax reform. If you don't pass a budget, you need 60 votes to pass tax reform in the Senate. My guess is in this environment in Washington, D.C., there won't be 60 votes for any tax reform package. So the budget is a critical part of tax.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell particularly under pressure to get the job
Look at
done.
those floors.
Yeah, it was so weird. This is so weird.
My friend.
My friend, my best friend, I love this guy.
I hate you.
And he's behind him just like going, this is so weird. Am I getting killed? Like McConnell's like,
Yeah, McConnell, he looks like you.
well, because he's up there at the
I know.
podium saying it's the best guy I've ever met. I love him.
I know, it's like.
Like, no, you don't.
We've got to show that we can put something across the finish line.
Yeah, you can't.
Jeff Flake.
Already passed its version, so
What a
the Senate
flake.
passes the resolution this week. The next step is to reconcile the two. The whip count is far from certain, however. There are 4
Whip
Republican
count.
senators
See, I
still
don't understand
undecided,
all that.
and
It's all
one
crazy
is
shit.
Senate majority whip,
That
and
they
the
get shit
whip
passed
count,
and
and the
Politics is a mess.
More than 400
Why, just at
homes
this
were
point?
lost in the fires in
It's all about the
Mendocino.
lobbying.
Up next, how residents there are getting help from the farmers organization that's been around now for more than 150 years.
And we're tracking a fire right now in the Delaware
there's that
area.
goddamn dude. In
Yeah, dude, that guy in that tractor. Holy shit, that guy's a hero. Look at this guy.
Yeah, he's gonna just
the
draw a
only
line and
tractor in
think it's not
town.
gonna jump that little line right there.
It's important. It actually helps a lot.
The only tractor in town, and that guy's like,
Dad, the point is, if it jumps the line a little bit, they can hose that down.
It's supposed to be a dude with a hose there, but doesn't look good.
Yeah, no.
He's just smacking me with their line. And you know the funny part is that thing ain't going any faster. So he's gonna go, I hope I can just keep
Pan
away
back.
from the fire. Because if it
pan
passes
back to
me, it
the
wraps
fire
around me.
engine, and all the firemen standing along the side in the shade of it smoking. Think he's gonna be done soon?
You think he's coming back?
I like the guy running with a fire can yesterday. That was my favorite.
Placing bets on
Lighting
who's gonna
fire.
have to run in and save his ass again.
The missing piece of my asthma treatment. Whatever the fuck this is.
Long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Brio won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Brio is specifically designed to open up airways to improve breathing for a full 24 hours.
What? Why are we freaking out? You came in like a bolt of lightning crying. What happened? What is it?
She need to go out?
What? Need to go potty?
You do it. Come here.
Is that what you need to do?
That looks like what she needs.
Yeah. Okay. Come here.
Your doctor will decide if you can stop
What do you
Brio
like?
and prescribe a different asthma control medicine like an inhaled corticosteroid.
Give me a
Do not
potty?
use Brio more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor. 24-hour Brio to get missing piece for
I'm
you.
feeling kind of sad right
If
now.
you're eligible
Don't.
to pay no more than
Ready?
$10.
I'm gonna take a shower. Come back! This is the chance I have right now, right? Before you take Rachel.
What time is it?
4:30.
Okay, I'm going.
Remember that the chickens have to go in. You're in the tractor.
I'm not going.
I know. I'm saying to Dad. We take her at 7.
Well, we're all. Yeah, he's gonna pick her up at 7.
Oh, okay.
He has to pick Rachel up at 7.
If it's a pickup, that's fine.
She's gonna come home and
It's
eat
fine.
real quick, and then we're gonna take her to go dress shopping.
Then before you leave, make sure we get them in so I don't have to do it alone.
Remind us.
I will. I always will.
Yeah, unless you fall asleep, you're on. If you fall asleep, it's when you.
Technology to get you into a tight spot. That's California's
Don't we all, though? Don't we
plus 1,000 bonus cash or 5,000 total
Yes.
cash on Fusion. Wow.
What?
You know how my shoes were right here? Back my feet?
Officials are
New
updating
ones?
information
The
on
really
the
good
fires.
ones?
This is Congressman
Don't know where you put
Michael
them.
Thompson speaking.
As quick as I've ever seen them move to approve everything we've asked for. So it's just good to have them here and to be partners with them. And now I'll turn it over to the Cecilia Aguilar Courier Assemblywoman.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. And I want to thank Administrator Long for coming today and hearing our stories. And
Were they out of the box?
FEMA will be here not only today, but tomorrow and
Ray?
in the future. We have a lot to do. We
Hey,
have
Ray.
a lot of patience. And I want to remind everybody, we still have
Were
to
they
be
ever
safe.
out of their
We
box?
still need to make sure that everybody's doing the right thing. It's a long, long process. So thank you very much for coming today. Thank you to Administrator Long.
Well, I would
appreciate
say
you
just,
took the time to
again,
give us ideas on our next
kind of have to sometimes
steps of
look like a
recovery
little closer.
And how we're going to implement that. Thank you.
Yeah. Where? Right here. They just got moved to here.
Thank you, Samuel. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Keller, DCM,
I forget
the Director of the Governor's
so I
Office of
think it's like
Emergency
a
Services here in
90
California.
Okay.
Let me just say, first of all,
Sorry.
our thoughts and our hearts go out to those who have
Oh, it is a Nike box.
property and
Why isn't this
those
sign
who
on the
have lost
outside?
loved ones. We know this is a serious
Woo!
situation.
I gave you
not
the
just
remote so
here
you don't
in
have to
Utah,
listen to
but
this kind of
throughout,
stuff.
Have you seen my
Northern
shoes?
California,
Nice.
severe
I'm actually just
fires.
looking at the lady. Sign language lady.
OES has been
I know it is.
I do that all the time. In PE, they would always be explaining stuff, and I'd be just watching her.
They were in every class at Concord High.
That's like the only thing Concord had going for it,
They
actually.
have a
Our
sign language.
homecoming queen,
They
my
have a sign language
senior,
class now.
cool, you should take it. My senior class
You went to sign
homecoming
language
queen.
class there?
Countless languages, yeah.
Did you know that?
Hey, I didn't get to take
Did
that.
you know?
What? I already know sign language too. So. What was that?
Our senior class homecoming queen, my class, was homecoming queen. She was completely deaf, one deaf.
That's cool.
Yep, Susan Vaccaro. Then she became a teacher
Susan!
of sign language.
Susan, my teacher,
and went on to teach sign language.
she taught me. Her name, she had blonde hair.
Susan Vaccaro?
Yeah.
She would be my age and she'd be completely deaf.
Yeah.
Deaf mute.
Completely.
Well, you should have told her.
Never spoke. I should learn how to sign language.
Occasionally
She taught us in class.
She goes sign language. She's only a sign language teacher. That's what she
And
does.
you weren't allowed to talk because she felt it was disrespectful.
How do you learn sign language?
2 classes.
She learned in a hearing environment. So she teaches sign language in a hearing environment.
For about 2 classes, we had
So
Jeff, who's
when
an
you
interpreter.
took it, you had Susan
Her name was Susan.
Vaccaro.
Yeah.
Her last name was
Her
Vaccaro.
name was, it started with a V for sure.
Because I would have assumed she'd have married and had children.
She does have kids.
Well, I would-
We'll continue to stay with them
Okay, well then
in the coming months.
her name would be different.
So then I'll turn it over to Chief Kemp
No.
from
Yeah.
Cal-Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, but okay. She.
Well, unless she's like me and
I
has
don't
a
know if
weird
she's a
hearing.
husband, but she has kids for sure. She talks. She went to school with,
Okay.
with her.
Most married people take their husband's names. I didn't just because Wendy Weck sounded weird.
Well,
And when you say Wendy Weck sounded weird, it's even
okay,
worse.
wait. What does she look like?
And when you say Wendy Weck sounded weird, it's even worse. It's, well, I can't go any further. Anyway, I'm going to take a shower while I have an opportunity.
Wait, what did she look like?
She was my age. She was homecoming queen, so she was very beautiful.
What color was her hair?
Well, it was dark brown.
White.
White.
And now you have the entire Earth.
My age.
Mom's age, brown hair, white.
You can just Google it. What year was it? Let me see
Why
your
do we
photo.
care?
Cause I know it's her.
Wait, 1990 what?
1984.
Taxing on everyone from first responders.
She was on our cheerleading squad.
Everyone out there.
I can just show you my yearbook.
41 people
in my yearbook
have died from this disaster. Continue to work very hard with
she was the
our
homecoming queen.
enforcement and our local partners.
She was let me just say, she wasn't the best cheerleader.
Unaccounted for persons.
No offense.
Folks are working very hard.
But her timing was off.
Oh, I wonder why. We have rhythm if you can't hear.
But you know what? We were conquered high. We were conquered high.
You wouldn't have brain fog.
I'm gonna go take a shower. What are you doing?
Get my shit moving.
Well, then get your shit.
It's so cool though when she talks, she doesn't like go like
Kind of grunts, yeah. If it's her. She used to teach at Concord High. Did she say that?
She did.
Then
Also,
that's her.
are you sure?
Obviously. And she used to teach at Concord High.
You should have told me.
Well, is she teaching there now?
No.
Is that who's teaching
It was
science?
6th grade only. Oh, wait, maybe.
I don't see why they'd have anybody else. Former students.
So Susan Vaccaro, spell it.
Vaccaro, V-A-C-C-A-R-R-O.
This morning,
V-A-C-C-A-R-O.
in Santa Cruz County. Areas close to the coast that we would think normally would be wet and prone to these kind of conditions. We're going to see some moisture come in.
So Rachel says they have...
Hang on, Modi, hang on. Food. Modi, come. Modi, come. Modi, come,
Rachel
please.
says they have sign language at high school
Come,
again.
please, come. What?
And she didn't tell me she learned it from Susan Vaccaro. Your food's out though, so that's a problem.
I can't stop this animal right now. Running right here. Good boy, Modi. Thank you so much. Don't do it, Modi.
We're here to help.
I can't even stop this. Would be good. Would be good.
Well, you have her off a leash, so... Oh, they stop that animal.
And so again, we're here for the long haul to do that. So that, I'd like to turn the podium over to General Dave Baldwin of the California National Guard.
Thanks, Chief. The California National Guard continues to assist CAL FIRE with fire suppression efforts. We continue to help people in all the affected communities get their lives back to normal by helping keep them safe. We're working to help them get back into their homes, and we're working to help them get back to work. The California National Guard is of these communities. We had soldiers and airmen that were evacuated for this event. We had soldiers and airmen, unfortunately, that lost homes in this event. So we are very, very proud to be able to stand beside the other allied agencies to help our neighbors to recover from this. And we're going to be in it for the long haul. So whatever the communities need, the California National Guard will be there for them. I'll be followed by Commissioner Stanley from the California Highway Patrol.
I'm not okay with those.
Good afternoon. California Highway Patrol is happy to be here with CAL FIRE and the other fire departments that are here, and also with the sheriff and the police chiefs in this community and all the people that have been affected by it. We have a number of personnel here from our Napa office and other offices throughout the Bay Area that are assisting with traffic control, escort, and a couple of really big things they're assisting with is the repopulation of the areas, and also being on patrol with the sheriff and the police departments, being on the lookout for looters. We want to prevent that because the people that have been affected by this tragedy have gone through enough, and we don't want them to see them be affected again by looters and burglars and people trying to gain access to their house because they've been evacuated.
Come on, man, get out of there.
So as everyone has said,
Modi, come this way. Modi, now. Modi, come on.
All of us working together, the local agencies, all the state agencies, the federal agencies, we're in it for the long haul. We'll be here to support this effort and hopefully get this community back to normal. Thank you.
Good afternoon, folks. First of all, my thoughts and prayers are with the Californians that have been impacted by these devastating fires. I also would like to take a moment to commend our local and state leaders here in California. They've done a tremendous job of unifying the effort, and unity of efforts is success. It will lead to success in the response and ultimately the recovery. We have to come together, maximize the resources that we all bring to bear to not only the response that's still ongoing and the fire suppression efforts that are taking place, but also the long-term community recovery. California is a special state. It's a beautiful place, and we have to be working very diligently, not only today, but for many years to come.
Oh, are you guys leaving? Oh, okay.
The state as well as local governments understand what they're entitled to as a result of the President's major disaster declaration request.
and how to utilize the resources from the federal government to achieve, the state and locals' goals when it comes into recovery. I'll be meeting with Governor Brown tomorrow. We've got great communication not only with the governor, the president's also had conversations with Governor Brown and approved his disaster declaration within 24 hours of the request. We're trying to move very, very fast to support, but we realize we have a long way to go, and we'll be here to make sure that we help you guys recover. Thank you.
You can start a shower. Just tell Aaron you're going to start a shower.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, I'll be right back.
My name is Patrick Sweeney, Superintendent of the Napa Valley Unified School Districts. We cover Yountville, Napa, and American Canyon. We were hoping to start school tomorrow. However, that has been suspended until Monday. Classes will begin on Monday, October 23rd. Safety is our #1 concern. Thank you to all the services that have been helping us and assisting us. We found out that the air quality has gotten worse today rather than better today. It's too volatile with the smoke, so we are suspending classes until Monday. The Napa Valley Unified School District will open school on Monday, October 23rd, assuming that the air quality is better. Thank you.
I'm Brian Gregory, Napa County Supervisor, District 2. So these are our Napa, these are our state and federal partners, and now friends.
Love you!
Their forces rolled in a few days ago. They're helping out our local assistance center. This is the second day of meetings with these really important people. They care, and they're going to help us get this done. They've also said something else to us here at Napa. They said, be creative, think outside the box, customize our packages to Napa, and they've challenged us to do that, and challenge accepted. We're going to take this on. We're going to make sure that we apply their packages to Napa and get this recovery done as soon as possible. So at this point, let's get to work. Thank you.
All right, thank you to all. So now we'll ask if there's any questions. Sure.
Right. That's great. So we work with our partners in Congress, and Congressman Thompson, I'll allow him to comment as well, but we've been working very closely with Congress to make sure that there's enough funding in the Disaster Relief Fund to not only be here to support the disasters currently unfolding here in California, but also Hurricane Irma as well as Maria as well. So we'll continue, but Congressman,
well, I'll just say that the House just passed legislation.
Right back.
Appropriations bill.
Bye, Bobby.
I'll
put your food back down. Sorry, baby. Here.
For disaster relief, and at the very last minute, they were able to add an additional $1 billion specifically for this fire event.
Poppy, now. Go, mommy. Poppy, come on.
Place for future actions, which are taking place in the Senate.
Hey, Poppy, come on.
We'll be back in the House.
Poppy, go get mommy.
So
Poppy, come.
Where's
she? Go get mama.
There will be strong support. I'm confident in both the House and the Senate.
Hey, you, what's up?
Have a budget that will
I just didn't want to go to the game.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's always going to be a need for money.
There you go.
We're going to do our best to get all the money that's needed for this
Why?
event and others that we can get by.
Oh, we love the attention.
I am confident that we're going to get the money that we need for this event.
Bye, babe. Have fun.
There will always be a shortage of funding. As I stated, but we're going to continue to fight for that. But just the additional monies that we got in this House appropriation bill, I think speaks well to the fact that everyone is aware of the need